Hey folks, it's Lindsay Host with SPS back in the building. It's only right that the sun is shining down on a native son right here at Lansing Eastern's Dan Boggan coming over. But today he has on his track and field hat. But pretty soon, when this season gets going, he'll be putting on his football hat. But that's not it. We're here to talk about Desmond Ferguson's track and field invitation with Lansing Public Schools. But it wouldn't be right if I didn't get to talk to my great friend to talk about what's going on. But first things first, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Lindsay. Just excited to be back around the young people. You know, a lot of energy, and it's always fulfilling just being around them.
Yeah, we got two big stories going on. We got this great track invitational, and you being a track guy first. But people probably don't know how embedded you are been with track. I've heard your stories, and you talked about a lot of things that happened with that. But what is this like having Desmond do this partnership with the Lansing Public Schools and Moneyball to have this track and field invitation?
Oh, it's huge. And, you know, Desmond always does a great job bringing people out, bringing the schools together. It's like a big family reunion. Being able to see people you haven't seen in years, former players, former athletes and students, families from all three schools. So it's really a fun event, and Moneyball has done a great job doing it.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to stifle the excitement going around and the big buzz. You made a decision not only to continue to coach track here at Lansing Eastern, but coming back to the gridiron, Coach. And you and I got a chance to talk, and I got to use some discipline because I got to remember it's not just you and me just having a conversation. We got some time limitations of what we got. But man, talk about the excitement about you coming back and what led you to that.
Well, you know, been talking to Coach Carruthers and some other alumni and friends about possibly coming back to coach. And, you know, for a while it's just talk. And, you know, you get the itch, you know, during the season and you start to feel a little different. And I've been out of coaching for about 8 years now.
Wow.
So it was just one of those things where I had an opportunity to spend some time with some kids at Eastern, coming over to talk to Coach Carruthers actually about some other business. And, you know, to hear one of the young men that was asking me, you know, if I would come over and coach at Eastern, and he made a statement of, we want to win too. And so, you know, that kind of took me back and off a little bit, and to where it's my alma mater, and you could tell it wasn't just you know, sincere. It was from the heart from these young people. And I said, well, maybe I can change it. And so, you know, I prayed about it, talked to my wife. You know, she definitely knows that I'm going to give full commitment. And so she wasn't immediately on board, but she eventually, you know, could tell that it was on my heart, and to at least try and see if I could change things. And I got a great group of coaches coming with me. And our kids are working hard, and I think we're getting great buy-in. And I think you know, our standard is high, our expectations are high, and we're excited about this upcoming season.
That's a great thing. So, Coach, was it part of you holding out, saying, unless I get a new field and I get high school NIL? I mean, talk about everything kind of working out.
Well, you know, they had the field here prior, and it's a great athletic facility over here at Eastern. They're putting in new locker rooms this summer in the field house, so we'll have a great locker room setting over here. We have an outstanding weight room in the field house to be able to use for our athletes. And so I thought it'd be good for us to develop this young talent here and continue to raise the bar with the way we perform. I know the district is behind us and wants all their schools to do well, but they understand it's going to take some work for us to make this happen, and we'll need some support.
Yeah.
And they understand that.
They know that. I'm going to put my sports psychology hat on, and you're one of the reasons that I have a sports psychology hat years ago when you allowed me to be embedded with your team that actually sent guys to the pros. Carl Brooks was sitting in those film sets. Ain't that something?
Yes,
you know?
sir. Yes, sir.
But you said something really interesting when we were having our sideline conversation.
Rayshawn, too. Will Bourne and Devin Taylor. Three NFL guys that you were around when they were there.
Amazing. Well, that talks about the culture. You said something about culture, Coach, that really stuck with me. You said it's easy to change the culture. It's hard to change the culture. About paraphrasing.
No, you're right.
Talk about that.
Well, it's easy to change the culture in the sense that where these student athletes, they want to be better. But yet it's hard because of the commitment that you're asking them to have and give to reach that high level. So there's a lot you're asking as a coach of these athletes, these student athletes. We do a lot of work in the morning and we do a lot of work in the afternoon. And then we're also asking them to stay on top of their grades, and they have been. And so the commitment is there to be better. They're hungry for it. But I think it kind of shocked them a little bit that the ask was going to be huge. I always tell my athletes from day one when I started coaching back in '94, it is extremely easy to be nasty. It's extremely easy to be nasty. It is so unbelievably hard to be great. It takes so much sacrifice to be great.
Coach, when you talk about this, what kind of message do you have not only for these young people coming away, but for this community, especially since you've had 8 years to walk in the wilderness, if you will, or 8 years to be away from the game to reflect with no expectation of kind of being back in this. So now, from your former experience to your new, what kind of message do you have for these communities now?
My message is that, they're going to see a change immediately. They're going to see young men who are going to compete differently. Our goal is to make sure our community is proud of the product we put on the field, and we want to change the narrative of what Eastern football has been. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, and I'm excited too. I know we're here for Desmond Ferguson's this track and field invitational for Lansing Public Schools, but I'm excited to be able to sit here with you, and I want to take a moment publicly to acknowledge my appreciation of our friendship, and beyond me personally, just the man you are, and what you've been for this community, what you continue to be for this community, and not enough words to really properly express
please bring it to the press box. Thank you.
Right now.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, any last words you got?
Continue to tune in to Lindsey Huddleston. He is lifting up this whole entire state in the athletics, college as well as high school, and he's come a long way, and I've seen the growth. I'm so proud of him. Continue to support him and the great things he's doing as well.
Can't say enough about you, brother. Appreciate you. With that being said, none but love. Lindsey Huddleston, watch out for Coach Dan Boggan. And again, special thanks to Desmond Ferguson and the Lansing Invitational with the Lansing Public Schools and Moneyball. It's a great thing happened. We'll see you guys in a minute.